Hello, my name is Jeff Brown. I am a singer-songwriter living here in Linden, Virginia, and welcome to episode 100 of Music on the Rocks. I have been here going through my music collection and my whiskey collection, one drink and one song at a time, once a week, for 100 weeks, which tells me a number of things. It tells me that I have more whiskey than I believed that I did. It tells me that I need to write some more songs because I'm starting to get real low after 100 weeks. Now granted, I have been fortunate enough to be able to play songs by musicians that I know and I love, musicians that I've respected for many, many years, in addition to playing some of my songs. It also tells me that I started this back in March of 2020 when we all went into lockdown and touring musicians couldn't tour the way that we used to. I had so many shows canceled and not a lot of them have come back. And 2 years later, well, almost 2 years later, 100 weeks later, we're kind of in the same place. And that doesn't feel great. But here I am, 100 weeks later, still doing this, still drinking, still playing, and still enjoying having these moments with you. I did not expect to make it this far. I didn't think I could make it this far. I didn't think I would need to make it this far. And yet, here we are. So, welcome. Welcome, welcome to 100 weeks of Music on the Rocks. Now typically what I'll do is I'll play a song, then I'll drink some whiskey. Today I'm going to flip it around a little bit because I want this one to settle in for a while. For the last 4 weeks and up until today, at week 100, I've been going through the Johnnie Walker selection as provided by my mother-in-law. We went through the Johnnie Walker Black Label, the Double Black, the 18 Reserve, or the Gold Label Reserve, and then the Gold Label 18. And today, we hit it off 100 weeks with the rare of the rare, Johnnie Walker Blue Label. Even the glass is kind of bluish. Huzzah. It has been a very long time since I've had Johnnie Walker Blue. I did a couple of events for Johnnie Walker back in the day, and I got to sample Blue Label once. That stuff's real expensive. So suffice to say, it's not really something that comes along very frequently for someone like me. So an opportunity like this needed a little fanfare. So here we have it. Johnnie Walker Blue Label Scotch Whiskey. My friends, thank you for being with me for 100 weeks. Even if you haven't been with me for that long, I've been here for 100 weeks. Many of you have been here since the beginning. Many of you came along across the way. Many of you might even have not found me yet, but you'll find me someday. Doesn't matter. You're here watching this, having this moment with me. So to you, be well, be safe, and as always, cheers, my friends. This is going to be an interesting ride. Johnnie Walker Blue Label Blended Scotch Whiskey. This is very easily drinkable. It's got, oh, there's a lot happening. All right, I'm picking up with like that alcohol burn is there, It's sweet almost to the point of being a little bit sour, but this is very rich. Like, my entire mouth is just coated. It's got like that dark chocolate bitterness, a little bit of like nuttiness, like almond, and it's got very, very rich, not a lot of sweetness, not a lot of honey, not a lot of toffee, like a little bit of brown sugar, a lot of like coffee, kind of leathery feel. But this is way smoother than this is way smoother than I figured it would be. But also, like, it's lingering, and that finish is very pleasant. I'm enjoying the finish more than I liked, you know, the attack in the mid. This is just kind of settling in to. This is. I don't know that I would pay the price point for this as compared to a lot of other whiskeys that I've tried, but this is a very pleasant. It's a very pleasant end to this sip. We're gonna let this sit for a little while we explore the music. And I gotta tell you, I had a lot of plans and schemes for what to do with the song for episode 100, as I've been accompanying this tour of blended Scotch whiskies with songs by notable Scottish artists and Scottish artists who are friends of mine, Scottish artists who I've followed over many, many years. And what I was going to do was play a song by the Proclaimers, 500 Miles, y'all know the song, and then have people send in videos of them singing that da-da-das, and splice them all together, and boy, I gotta tell you, that did not work. My editing software and ability could not keep up with any of that to make it sound good. So I decided instead to keep the theme of the Scottish artists that I adore with a band that I discovered a handful of years back. I saw them by accident at Lollapalooza on a little grove stage in the middle of a bunch of trees, in the middle of all the hubbub. They're a little band out of Scotland that became a bigger band out of Scotland, and I had the chance to see them when I was overseas, and they were absolutely amazing. And then when I moved from Chicago to Virginia, they were the first concert that I went out of my way to go see in Washington, D.C. This is a band called Chvrches. And you may be asking yourself, how on earth is someone going to translate a synth pop song into a solo guitar? I'm not sure. The best that I can. This is called Graffiti. Writing to ask you, did you achieve all you wanted to do? Before we were dragged up, something was different and nothing was new. How did you see me? We didn't know what we wanted to be. When did we move on? I didn't feel it, nobody told me. The time to kill was always an illusion. Time stood still, and now we never will we wrote our names along the bathroom walls, graffitiing our hearts along the storms. And I've been waiting lights. We didn't know wrong, we didn't know right. Making a mess and running in circles and getting in fights. We were just kids then, we didn't know how, we didn't know when. Taking our chances, calling it off and starting again. The time to kill was always an illusion. Time stood still, and now we never will, never will. We wrote our names along the bathroom walls, graffitiing our hearts across the stores. And I've been waiting for my whole life to grow, and now we never will, we never will. Now we never will, never will. And now we never will, never will. And now we never will, never will. We never will. We wrote our names along the bathroom walls, graffitiing our hearts across the stall. And I've been waiting for my whole life to grow. And now we never will, never will. And now we never will, never will. And now we never will, we never will. And now we never will, never will. And now we never will, never will. Something like that. Gotta tell you, Lauren and the boys do it way more justice than I do. Obviously, it's their song. But that was a band out of Scotland that I have grown to love ever since the moment I accidentally saw them in Lollapalooza many, many years back in Chicago. Band called Chvrches. It was a song called Graffiti. My name is Jeff Brown, coming to you every Wednesday for 100 weeks. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening, thank you for not saying anything terribly mean, because I'm sensitive. But I am very happy that this show has gone the places that it has. Please tell your friends, tell whomever you think would enjoy and get something out of this. Feel free to comment, feel free to say hello, feel free to ask me what I'm drinking, tell me what you're drinking, give me suggestions for whatever. Tell me how you're faring through all of this. It's been 2 years, and it's been something else. Chances are good that if I know you, I haven't seen you in the last 2 years, and I've wanted to. Tell me how you are, and hopefully when this is all over, we'll share some of this together. In the meantime, I will see you next week. Hopefully my office will be done by then, so I can stop moving around a little bit and maybe make a little place in my home a little more permanent for these shows to you. But until then, I wish you all a very happy week, and I'll see you soon.